Hello, this is Vera from API Gateway, and in this demo I'm gonna show you YAML Entity Store support for Policy Studio. This functionality was added in the latest November 2021 release. Before that, only XML configuration was supported in Policy Studio, but now you can create a new project and work with projects that's using YAML. YAML is a very user-friendly and source code management friendly format of API Gateway configuration. We have several options specific for YAML in new project dialog. For example, you can create a new YAML project from factory templates, or you can use deployment package tar.gz file. And if you have already your API Gateway instance running, you can create YAML project from Gateway instance if it's already using YAML. So I'm gonna use the first option and create a project from factory templates. In this release, environmentalisation is not supported, but this limitation is likely gonna be lifted in the next release. But for now, you can't use environmentalized fields in your YAML project. As you see, my project was successfully created, and the folder structure and set of entities that you have is completely the same as for a project, XML project from factory templates. But if I go to the location of the project, I will see the folders, and the folder structure is quite similar to what you can see in Policy Studio tree view. For example, I have policy libraries, and here I have also folder for policies and folder for the policy libraries, and each filter circuit is a separate YAML file. For example, this is a configuration of the health check. As you can see, it's quite human readable and quite easy to manipulate with. Now I'm gonna show import of configuration fragment. I have one configuration fragment already created, and all what it has, it's one test container and a test policy with two filters, reflect message and set message filter, added in one filter circuit. So to import configuration fragment, all you need is just to point to the location of this folder with YAML Entity Store, enter the passphrase, and then you will be able to see import configuration view. All the entities that gonna be imported are displayed, and you can verify the fields of the entities, select or deselect them. I'm gonna import everything, and now in my policies I have a new container and have a new policy. The set message filter just returning message hello from YAML. I'm gonna deploy this configuration, and this interface is completely the same as for XML fragment. My configuration was deployed. Now if I go to the path that's calling my policy and trigger this path, it's returning as expected hello from YAML. And other options was added. For example, you can export policies and containers. It's the same as for XML. All you need is just to select additional entities if needed, and then you should specify the location. You can also export the whole deployment package. The whole project can be exported as a deployment package. And now if I go to the location, this deployment has all the YAML folders, and every entity of this project was exported in this tar.gz. It's then can be deployed in running gateway. Also, broken references view is available that allows you to verify some problems in your project. For example, if I open and import configuration fragment that has an issue with the reference, this, for example, reference to success node is not valid because it refers to non-existing entity. This configuration fragment was imported, but now I have these broken references, and this is the full reference name. It's basically the path to the entity. And as you can see now, we can easily go to the location of the entity that has this problem, and if I just fix update the configuration and update the reference to the node, that this broken references view is refreshed properly. And there's some limitation in this release, except from environmentalisation that's not supported. Also, you can't configure API manager in Policy Studio for YAML entity store currently, and you can't configure OAuth. And there's some limitations around command support. You can't copy and paste, but can't delete policies and containers. These are the limitation of November release, but they are likely gonna be lifted in the next release. So I hope it was helpful. Thank you for your attention.